Firing up in the air.
Let's try our best, like almost like 300 with a
The arrows come down on you.
Just rape until it's over, until it's like, and then you get 3 rapes.
Yeah. The graphics are so bad, I think Dan is pointing out here that she looks like an ostrich. It doesn't even look like
Wow.
All right, here's more from Angry Video Game Nerd playing Custer's Revenge.
Yeah, that's how you score in this game. That's funny, right? Well, it's funny for about 2 minutes, then it gets boring. All you do is bang the chick, dodge the spears. Bang the chick, dodge the spears. You know, you gotta give this guy credit. He's under attack, and he still has the nerve to go over and screw this woman against a cactus. I think it's a cactus. With Atari, you really can't tell.
That's what we just said.
And in the background, the beauty, there's like smoke signals coming. It's the worst smoke signals.
Yeah.
In the.
Oh yeah, look, it's just like a white little.
Yeah, but back in the day,
dot.
This is amazing.
Comes up from the horizon.
This is the graphics will never get better than this. I can't believe they figured this out.
You only know who's who by the blue cowboy hat.
Yeah.
That's the guy.
Right.
And then she has some awful headdress, but you can't tell it's a woman.
No.
And there's a little red X, which is supposed to be something. And like Eric said, it's a little football puff of smoke coming up.
I guess it's the fire.
But back then it wasn't about the we didn't even say, the graphics. It was like just the game.
Couldn't believe you were playing it.
The game was just it. But now it's just like...
It's ridiculous.
All about the graphics.
Go to YouTube, good. Atari Crap, Custer's Revenge, because I'm sure ONARadio.com is not going to be allowed to have this up there.
Why?
Got to keep it safe. Here's one more clip from Angry Video Game Nerd.
You know what bothers me? The spears don't even come down all the way. They, disappear, so it doesn't even make sense when they hit you. But overanalyzing this game isn't even worth it. It's nothing more than a joke. It stirred up a lot of outrage when it came out in 1982. Native Americans were offended. Women activists were offended. Parents were offended if their kids got a hold of this. And I'm offended, because this game's a piece of
He is angry.
Yeah, angry video game.
Does he ever like any games? Everything I've reviewed, he just doesn't like.
I love these guys on the internet that find their niche. His niche is to look at these old games and play them.
Yeah.
So it's perfect. He's not going to like any of them.
And then he just curses a lot.
Because these games are so old, how could you possibly like them?
Yeah.
That's what makes it fun. That's his niche. It's perfect, man.
It's the Opie and Anthony Show.
Opie and Anthony.
Radio Shock Jocks.
Opie and Anthony.
A little earlier, we were talking about porn games that were available for the Atari system back in the day, back in the early to mid '80s.
Yeah.
And Angry Video Game Nerd, who we're a big fan of, and he's a fan of ours, by the way. He's got a WoW sticker in a lot of his YouTube videos. It should be mentioned. He reviewed a few more of these like porno games for the Atari system. Angry Video Game Nerd, more Atari porno games. This first one is called Beat 'em and Eat 'em. Let's see what this is about, according to the Angry Video Game Nerd.
All right, what kind of surprise do we have in here? Beat 'em and Eat 'em, a girl licking an ice cream cone. But what the title about? It doesn't sound pornographic. It sounds violent, like you beat somebody up and eat 'em. Oh, I get it. Beat 'em and eat 'em. Oh dear, what have I gotten myself into? All you do is move these two sluts back and forth to catch this stuff that this guy shoots down. Oh, yummy. Let's take a look at the manual. And here it says, the object of the game is to eat him every time he beats him. You score 1 point for each and without a miss. But should you miss, shame on you. You lose 1 turn. After all, it could have been a famous doctor or lawyer.
Wow, I'm watching the video. It's being played. It's beat 'em and eat 'em.
Jeez,
this is twisted. Girls are down below trying to catch something.
And the two girls moving at the same time?
Yeah, they move exactly the same way. You all right, Jimmy? Did it go well? Hey, we're fighting for every possible word for this damn radio show.
At first, Tom was like, well, this is why. But then he's like, well, I'll listen to it. Because I said, like, Patricia's doing it was a really funny racial parody, but it wasn't like some anger thing, like he's reading the paper going, do you believe it wasn't like that. It was a very funny thing. It's like, there has to be some kind of context for stuff that's dumped. It's like you said before, context.
Right.
It's just enraging.
Right. And this is the stuff Tracy should be doing for the show, by the way, instead of getting in.
Let her do it. Who cares?
Instead
I'd rather talk to Tom anyway than just go to somebody else.
Instead of her getting insulted because we were having a little fun on the show.
It doesn't matter. Who cares?
You should be in Tom's office every day arguing and fighting for all this stuff for us.
Maybe she is, or maybe she just punishes us by saying, "Well, I'll show them. They show us."
Don't take what you hear on our show personally. It's not your job as a PD to get personally insulted and hurt.
That amazed me, by the way. But I was amazed.
All right, anyway, let's move on. But it went well, Jimmy. I mean, Tom, he's working with us. He's trying the best he can.
Tom is reasonable, and I'm not saying that to suck up to him because he's a creepy corporate man, but he is a reasonable guy, and he said he'll listen to it.
He's a reasonable man, this humongous.
We're all reasonable men.
All right, here we go. Another game called Kaboom, another porno game that was available for the Atari system.
So the gameplay is basically the same sort of thing as Kaboom, except Kaboom was a great game, but this is just a...
Oh, okay, this is more on Beat 'em and Eat 'em? Yes. And they're comparing it to Kaboom, if you remember that game. I don't, obviously.
Remember the name.
So the gameplay is basically the same sort of thing as Kaboom, except Kaboom was a great game, but this is just a miserable load of... You got to be completely accurate to land in their mouths, and it uses the sound effects from Pac-Man.
Oh,
get an extra life if you get 69 points. That's clever, right? There's really something wrong with this whole scene. You got to be a total whore to stand naked at the bottom of a building with your mouth wide open to catch from some guy on top of a roof. What kind of sick bitches are these? And what's the deal with this guy? Either he has a huge or he's a dwarf. What the kind of game is this?
Funny, this guy has found his niche, obviously. Angry video game nerd. We got to get him on the show. I've been saying that for a while.
Yeah, there are guys that are trying to rip him off, too, and do their own, angry video game reviews. He's the innovator. He found a niche. He was able to do it and pull it off, and he's very popular.
He's authentic, too. You can tell that's his thing.
Yeah, he knows the games.
He's not overacting or anything. Right. This is just how he is in his regular life. We got to get him on the show, please.
Have we?
We're trying.
What's the answer, Dan?
We've been trying since we had.
He's so famous that we can't get him on the show.
He's a fan of the show. He's got a wow sticker in some of these videos.
Yeah, I saw
that are on YouTube.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on because we're running out of show here. Another game that was a porno game for the Atari system. This is Bachelorette Party and Bachelor Party.
All right, now here's one for the girls. It's called Bachelorette Party. Yeah, it's a whole bunch of naked dudes. Whoa, watch out, guys. It's some crazy bitch bouncing off the walls, and it hardly even looks like a girl. I mean, look at this. It could be Swamp Thing for all I care. The gameplay's basically like Breakout, but flipped on its side. You control that thing on the left to catch the girl and just bang all the guys. What a whore. Now here's one for the guys. It's Bachelor Party. It's the same exact game, except it's a dude going around having sex with a bunch of girls. What a stud. This one's called Gigolo. The idea is that you're this nude woman on the streets going around breaking into random houses where you find men to have your way with.
What?
Exactly.
The sounds are amazing.
Yeah. Some of these are better to watch in video form, obviously, but
great audio.
Moving on, this is a game called Philly Flasher.
Always sounded like static.
Huh?
It always sounded like static, the sound effects. Right. Throw a fourth sound in there, maybe.
The boo-doo-doo.
Yeah.
What is that? No sound is like that in real life. It sounds like nothing.
Here's the Philly Flasher.
Now we got Philly Flasher. Somebody please explain this one to me. Philly Flasher? Like Philadelphia? What's Philadelphia make you think of?
Ugly
Ben Franklin,
people.
The Liberty Bell, Rocky, cheesesteaks, a witch shooting milk at her? Well, there's no doubt that the game could take place in any city and that the title's only phonetic. It might as well be Chicago, Dallas, Picker. The game's basically the same as Beat 'em and Eat 'em. The only difference is that it's two guys drinking milk from a witch's. This game really disturbs me, but I don't get it. Is this supposed to be erotic? I don't know about you, but I'm not at all turned on by some old wrinkly witch. That's nasty, man. What sick came up with this? What were they thinking?